Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my July book haul. So I haven't posted for a couple of weeks and that is because unfortunately I haven't been very well, so I haven't had a chance to film and edit videos. So there are going to be a few book hauls kind of back to back because I didn't get a chance to post my June book haul or my library book haul. I had already filmed them prior to me being unwell, but I didn't get a chance to edit and upload them, so they will be coming first and then you will be seeing my July book haul, which obviously, as I say, there'll be quite a few book hauls back to back. The reason being, obviously these are easy videos to film. I had a lot of books that needed hauling and I just thought I would ease myself back in with a nice easy book haul. July was a very busy book buying month. There was a lot of new releases that came out, as well as I had some great success in my local charity shops this month, so I picked up quite a few books. So I'm just going to dive straight into the books and I'm going to start with the charity books that I got in the charity shop this month. So I was lucky enough to find this stack of books, which, let me tell you, carrying this back from town along with my library books for that week was a bit of a nightmare. I think I had 7 library books that were all hardback, and then I carried these 3 as well from town. I walked into town and it was a lot. My arms afterwards were begging for relief because the books are surprisingly heavy, and this is obviously like a big stack. And these are the first 3 books in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas. So we'll show you the 3 books, and I have read the first book. I read the first book back in 2020 when it came out and I liked it at the time, but I haven't continued on with the series. I know a lot of people really love this series, and so I do want to read the series, but I will definitely need to revisit book 1. So let's just show the books. So this is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas. This is obviously book 1, and I don't know if these are like special editions or just standard editions, but they do have artwork on the end pages, which is really pretty. It's the same on each of the end pages. Yeah, I was just checking, it is the same. So as I say, I'm not sure if these were like special edition ones or just the standard hardback, but to get them for £1 each, I just couldn't turn them down. So that's book 1. Then we have book 2, which is House of Sky and Breath, and that has this artwork in. And then the last one is House of Flame and Shadow, which is book 3. And these were in like pretty good condition. If I'm honest, I'm not too bothered about whether books have like crease spines or like rips or anything on the cover. Like, I'm not too bothered, and for £1 you really cannot go wrong. So then I have another stack of paperback books that I have to share. That these were also from the charity shop as well. So these next books were, I think every book actually in this stack was £1 each. So these ones I will show together. We have the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore and The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. So these are books 2 and 3 in the Dream Harbour series, which is a cozy small town romance series with a bit of spice, and they are just a really fun time. I love this series. I've been enjoying reading them. I've listened to all of them on audiobooks. I own the first book, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I own the 4th book, which is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House book, and I just wanted to kind of complete my collection because these covers, I'll just zoom in on them a little bit so you can see, are absolutely gorgeous, and I just wanted to complete my set. And as I say, these ones were only £1 each. Then we have Powerless and Powerful by Lauren Roberts. I have already read these. If you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen that I've read these earlier in the year and I really enjoyed them. This one is book 1 in the trilogy, and then this is a like companion story that you you must have read Powerless first before you read Powerful, because it follows the main character, Paden. It follows her best friend Adina, so you definitely need to read Powerless first. These are in perfect condition. It doesn't look like they've ever been read, and I just wanted these for my shelf, so I just need to get Reckless. I own a hardback copy of Fearless, and there is also Fearful coming out later in the year, so I just need to get my hands on Reckless. But for £1 each and for perfect condition, I couldn't refuse. And then the last one from the charity shop was the Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin. So this is the first book in the Scarlet Veil duology. There's going to be 2 books in this series. The next one comes out next year, I believe. And this follows Cecile and Jean-Luc, who are introduced in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. So this is, I believe, like a companion series, or it's set in the same universe at least. And obviously, as I say, we've been introduced to these characters in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I've just finished reading the Serpent and Dove trilogy, and overall I would say it's maybe like a 4-star trilogy. It's definitely not my favourite. The first book was my favourite out of the 3, but I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out, and as I say, for £1, who could refuse that? Next, I'm going to talk about the books that I got from Vinted and eBay. So I picked up some books off Vinted. I haven't bought anything off there in a while, but I read the first book in this series and knew that I needed to have the physical books, and so I scoured Vinted for this series. There are 6 books currently out in this series, and I managed to get books 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6 from one seller on Vinted for £10 for those total for those books, plus shipping. So I think I paid in total about £12-13 for those books. And then I picked the 4th book up off of Amazon, like a second-hand copy. So I paid about £4 for that one. So in total, I spent less than £20 on this entire series, and I'm so glad to have this in my collection. And I'm just going to try and show all of the books together, but they are big, so that it's heavy. There we go. It's the Boys of Tommen series, which everyone is talking about at the moment. If you're on TikTok, you will have seen these books. People are raving about them, and I can see why. I've read the first 2 now, and I would definitely recommend them. They are a series of romance, kind of new adult, young adult romances, following a bunch of different characters, and I will say that I would recommend checking trigger warnings for these books, because there is a lot going on in these books. The characters do not have easy lives, and I have had a good time reading them. I've been listening to them on audio, so that is the way I would recommend them, because as I say, the books are massive. So I'm just going to run through the books that we have in the series. So we've got Binding 13, which is book 1, Keeping 13, which is book 2, and those 2 follow the same couple. Then we have Saving 6 and Redeeming 6, which again follow a different couple. These 2 are like a duet, so they follow one couple, and these ones follow a different couple. And then we have Taming 7, which is again another couple, but this couple only has the 1 book. And then we have Releasing 10, which is the newest release, which again follows another couple. And I believe this couple is going to have another book. I don't know why this couple only had 1 book, because it is Gibbsy and Claire's book, and their romance has kind of been teased in the first 2 books, and I can't wait to get to this one. So I'm a bit sad that there's only 1 for that couple, because they are some of my favourite characters. But that is the Boys of Tommen series. I will be reading that within the next few months. I plan to continue on reading those. Then I picked up some books from eBay. These are from a few different sellers on eBay. I mainly use like Music Magpie, World of Books. I think there's one called Goldstone books, and there's a few others that I've bought from in the past. I can't remember exactly who these ones were from, but they're all from the same series, and that is the Perez Family series by Chanel Cleeton. I recently read, I think it's called Meet Me in Havana, if I recall correctly, which is, I think, the second or third book in the series. It's not a series that you need to read in order. It's historical fiction, and I really enjoyed it, so I knew I wanted to get my hands on the rest of the series. So we have When We Left Cuba, The Last Train to Key West, Our Last Days in Barcelona, and The Most Beautiful Girl in Cuba. So cannot wait to read all of these. I really like the covers for this series, so I'm glad to have these on my shelf. These are a little bit harder to get hold of here in the UK, so I was glad to find these on eBay. Next, I have my subscription and book boxes. So at the moment, I only currently have a subscription to Afterlight. I did used to subscribe to Afterglow, but I did decide to cancel that subscription. They've recently reduced the quantity of books. So previously you used to get 2 books a month, but they reduced it down to 1. The price has been reduced to reflect that, but I just decided that they are the standard paperbacks that you get. They're not like a unique cover or anything. They're not signed. They are just paperbacks that you could, you know, just go out to the shops and buy. Most of the time they come into the library, so I decided I'd save some money and cancel the Afterglow subscription and kind of put that money towards maybe other book boxes, other subscriptions. So I won't be getting any more Afterglow books, but I do have 3 here to show you. So for some reason June's book didn't arrive in June. It came in July. I don't know why there wasn't any kind of email communication to say like, oh, there's been a delay, or at least if there was, I don't recall seeing it. But yeah, there wasn't like anything to say, oh, because I know sometimes there are like publisher delays, because there was one for Afterlight, I think at the beginning of the year, where they said, like, told us in advance that the book wouldn't be coming until the start of the following month, but I don't remember seeing anything for Afterlight. So I have 3 books here. I'm not sure which one was which were the June books and which was the July book, so I'm just going to show them all together. Obviously I've got 3 here because the changeover happened obviously at the end of June, so there's 2 books for June and 1 book for July. So we have the Code for Love by Anne Marsh, and this one says it's an international grumpy sunshine fake dating. They're the tropes listed on the back. Then we have Destination Weddings and Other Disasters by Emma C. Vaughan, and the tropes on here are international enemies to lovers and forced proximity. And the last one is the Friends to Lovers project by Paula Ottoni. And this is, the tropes are international love triangle and slow burn. So they've obviously gone with like an international theme for summer. Then my Afterlight book for July was Love is a War Song by Danica Neva. This is a really pretty cover. I'm really glad to have this one for my shelf. The theme for July was Rodeo Romeo. So this is a cowboy romance, and as I say, the cover for this is absolutely stunning. They are the sprayed edges. That's the back. I love the back of this, it's so pretty. And I will show you the naked hardcover as well, because that's pretty too. What does it say on the back? Love is not a perfect melody that only happens when all the right notes and rhythms present themselves. Love is a war song, a battle cry, something to fight for. So that's really pretty. I don't know if I showed you the sprayed edges, but I love that design. And this is the artwork in the book. I feel like the Afterlight artwork is always really, really pretty. And there we go. So cannot wait to get to this one. I'm really happy to have that one in my collection. And then the last one for kind of reading boxes, subscriptions, is there is a girl on Instagram. username is The Reading Vault, and she owns a company called Beneath the Covers, and she sells bookish items like stickers and things, and she does some book boxes, and I decided to purchase one and try it out. So I've got it here. I have already opened it, but I've left it in the packaging. So she has a few different levels that you can choose from, so you like different tiers. I selected the book only one because I don't necessarily need all the like extra goodies that come with the other tiers, but I will leave a link down to her Instagram and her shop so you can kind of see. I think you will have just missed the pre-orders for September, but if you follow her on Instagram, she puts a post up to when the boxes are going to go live to pre-order, because it's not a subscription service, it's a one-off fee, and you can like pre-order a box. She does a box each month and you can pre-order it, but it's not like an ongoing subscription. So if you decide you know that one of the months doesn't sound like something you want, you don't have to pre-order it. So that's a bit different. I do like that. So it came with these little like cards to kind of promote her business. So that's that one, and then it tells you I assume each tier gets a like information card with what's included in the box, and as you can see I got the book only one. So even though I got the book only one, it does still come with some little items. So we get a art print, which is this one. This book features an accidental pregnancy, so that is obviously the artwork relating to that. Then we get some stickers and 2 bookmarks with some quotes and character art on, which I really like. I can't go wrong with a bookmark. And then this is the book for July. It was Pieces by Megan Holly, and this is the cover. Really love that with the forward writing on. I love the colours on here. And there is, in this book, there is some character artwork as well. Just try to show you that. Yeah, that's character artwork. And then on the chapter headings, there's some kind of like design as well on the chapter pages. So really happy with that first book. I missed out on the August pre-order, so I won't have one for August, but I will have September's when that comes out, which I cannot wait for. And then the last stack of books I have to show you are all July new releases. So there were a ton of books that came out in July, and I had a ton on pre-order, and they've come in, so I'm going to show you all of those. So there's only one paperback in this stack, the rest are all hardback, so I'll show you the paperback first, and that is the paperback edition of The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is book 3 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So if you watched, or once that comes out, I haven't posted it yet, but if you watch my June book haul, you'll see that I actually purchased hardback copies of this series, but I did keep this on pre-order because I can't decide whether I want to keep the paperbacks or not, so I decided to keep this one on pre-order, but I do actually have the hardbacks as well. But I am enjoying this series, so yeah. But this is the paperback version of that. I have already read that one and I did like it, but it's not my favourite from the series. Then we have Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This was the Waterstones special edition. This is Devney Perry's debut fantasy romance, and I've heard mixed things about it, but I'm still looking forward to it. So it has these gorgeous sprayed edges, and I can't remember if there was artwork in here. Yes, there is, so I will show you the artwork and naked hardback. So this is what the naked hardback looks like, and the artwork in here is really pretty. I think the end page, yeah, the end pages are the same, the front and the back, but cannot wait to get to that one, even though I have heard mixed things. Then we have 2 very hyped books, and again, I've heard mixed things about these. So we have The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. This one was marketed as being like a reworked version of a fan fiction, but I believe that has since been changed. I don't think it is a reworking of fan fiction. I think it is its own story, but I'm not 100% sure. This one again was the Waterstone special edition, and this had pink, plain pink sprayed edges. I'm not sure if there was any art. There's no artwork in here, but it is signed. And then this is the naked hardcover, which is just plain pink with this kind of moon print, which I really like. So that's that one. And then the next one I have, again, was a very hyped one, but again, I've heard really mixed things about, is Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. This one is a reworked version of a fan fiction. I am not a fan of the fandom that the fan fiction is based on. I have read the first 2 books in the series, but I was never obsessed with them, and I haven't watched all of the films. So I'm not a massive fan, although I do know obviously the basic story. So I'm interested to see what I make of this as someone that is not necessarily a fan of the original material. So looking forward to seeing what I make of this. And this one again was the Waterstones special edition, so it did come with sprayed edges, and the naked hardcover is really pretty as well. So it says that heartspring is mine, her mouth is mine, her magic is mine, her skin is mine. And it does also have artwork on the end pages as well, which is really nice. So I don't obviously know about the contents of this book, whether I'm going to enjoy it, but the edition is pretty nonetheless. So I will be getting to it at some point. And then I've just got 3 books left to show you, and they again are all from Waterstones. So I have Tusk Love by Thea Guanson. This one was a cover buy, I'm not going to lie. I don't know anything about the plot for this one, or have I heard anyone talk about it, but I love the cover on here. Thea Guanson wrote the Hurricanes Wars series, which I did like, so I'm interested to see what I make of this one. This one is just the standard edition. I didn't get like the signed or special edition. The Waterstone special edition just had yellow sprayed edges and was signed, but I decided to save a little bit of money and just get the standard edition. But it has these pretty end pages, and it does come with an alternate dust jacket, even on the standard edition. So that is the artwork for the alternate dust jacket, which is also really cute as well. I do like the alternate edition, but I think I am going to keep it on the original. And then the last 2 books are again special editions. So we have Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. This is L.K. Stephen's first adult book. This is adult fantasy romance. L.K. Stephen is also a pen name for Laura Stephen, and I have read some of her contemporary young adult books, and she did do some kind of like light fantasy young adult books, and I've read some of those. I've had mixed experiences with her books in the past, but I'm definitely intrigued by this one. This one has like, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's got like a really, this cover is really shiny, and it's got these sprayed edges. And the end papers on here is a map, which is how you know it's fantasy when there's a map. Just take that dust jacket off so you can see. There's the map, and I think the other side is probably the same. Yeah, it's the same end pages, and then this is the naked hardcover. So can't wait to dive into that one. I've not heard anyone talk about it. But I'm excited for it. And then the last one I have was very much a cover buy. I've not heard anyone talk about this book. I don't know what the plot is, but I love the cover. So this is Never Thorn by Shannon Mayer, and just look at that cover, it's pretty. And then these are the sprayed edges, and I'm not sure if there's there's no artwork or anything in here, and it's a plain plain book underneath, but I just love that cover. I couldn't refuse. So they are all of the books that I have hauled in July. I think that August is going to be a big month and September is going to be a big month. So I think like for the rest of the year, you're probably going to see some large book hauls. I'm just being honest. I can't stop buying books. There are so many great ones that are coming out that I'm excited for. And I just love pre-ordering books because it's a surprise when they arrive, because you pre-order them so far in advance you forget what it is that you've pre-ordered when it turns up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, which ones you recommend, and I will see you guys in my next one.